What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Sunday, December 5th, 2021. And I wanted to talk to you guys about why I carry a big bore handgun anytime I go into the wilderness and why I always recommend people have a big bore handgun for their bug out bag. And what we're looking at here is this year's initial results for the bear hunting season in Pennsylvania. And the Pennsylvania Game Commission put out some initial results from their check stations. In Pennsylvania, when you shoot a bear, you have to go to a check station, just like in many other states. And when you go to the check station, they take some data on the bear, how heavy it was, how old it was, what town it was shot in, stuff like that. So I want to just show you guys the largest bears so far this season that were harvested in Pennsylvania. And we still have a few more days left in the bear season in certain parts of PA, but pretty much the season ends today for basically 95% of Pennsylvania. Some of the suburban counties in southeastern Pennsylvania still have a bear season that goes all the way until next week. But most of the pretty much all the rural counties end their bear season today. And I want to just show you guys some of these live weights of these bears that people harvested this year. And this is just this year. There's been years in the past where guys have harvested 800-pound bears in Pennsylvania. Okay, but look at some of these estimated live weights here. Here we have one in Franklin County, 722 pounds. Guys, that's basically bigger than a Yellowstone grizzly. Most Yellowstone grizzlies average around 600 or even 500 pounds. Luzerne County, which is in the Poconos area, 681 pounds. Armstrong County, 676. Clearfield, which is near me, 640 pounds. Lycoming County, which is one of the best bear hunting areas in the whole state, 640 pounds. Carbon County, 615 pounds. Pike County, these are Poconos area. Pike County, 614 pounds. Another one from Clearfield, 605 pounds. Clinton County, also north central PA, close to me, 602 pounds. Franklin County, another one's 599 pounds. Guys, these are massive creatures, okay? And if you're carrying a 9mm or 40 Smith & Wesson or 45 ACP, and you have to protect yourself from an animal this big, I'm sorry to tell you, but chances are, unless you have really good ammunition made by buffalo boar, you're probably not going to penetrate into the vitals, okay? A black bear in the fall time has at least 4 to 5 inches of fat all around its body, and that's not including the massive amount of muscle they have too, okay? Black bears have a lot of muscle. They also have a lot of bone. Their bones are absolutely massive. So you have to penetrate through all of that in order to get to the vitals. And most 9mm can barely penetrate through a human being, okay, especially with hollow points. Full Metal Jacket, different story, but with hollow points, standard concealed carry ammo, like Gold Dot or something like that, critical defense, I'm sorry, but it's not going to penetrate past the bear's fat. And the bear's just going to get ticked off and chew you up. So this is why I have a 44 Magnum in my bug out bag, and also a 10mm. I have a Glock 20 in 10mm, and I recommend, honestly, for black bear, I prefer no smaller than 357 Magnum or 10mm. Those are my absolute lowest that I would ever go for bear defense. Preferably 44 Magnum or bigger, because you guys have to remember that killing an animal is different than stopping an animal. And yes, a 357 Magnum or yes, a 10mm will kill a bear, with proper shot placement, but it's not going to stop the bear as quickly as a 44 Magnum or greater handgun. Now, handguns in general are not as good as a rifle. Rifles are the best case scenario when it comes to dealing with a large, dangerous creature. But I recommend, any of you guys that live in the Northeast, there's a lot of bears here now. A lot of them are getting bigger and bigger. The range has expanded in many areas of the Northeast and many areas of the Eastern United States. A lot of these bears are up over 600 pounds, and your 9mm is just not going to cut it. If you're bugging out and you run into a bear like that, he comes into your camp, he gets aggressive. I'm sorry, but your 9mm is not going to do anything. And there have been man-eating bear attacks in the Northeast as recently as just a few years ago. There was a college student, 3 college students that went hiking just outside of New York City, guys. We're not talking about Alaska. We're not talking about Canada, because I know a lot of you guys are going to say, oh, those bear attacks, they only happen in really remote places. Well, these 2 bear attacks that I'm about to tell you are within 2 hours drive of New York City, the biggest metropolitan area in the whole country and all of North America. There was one man-eating bear attack in northwestern New Jersey in Passaic County. In a couple of years ago, there was 3 college students that went hiking, and they encountered a bear that was following them. And they obviously didn't have any protection because New Jersey is basically impossible to get any kind of handgun permit, especially one that allows you to carry. And so they obviously didn't have handguns. They were hiking in this nature preserve, not too far from some of the exurbs, the New York City exurbs. If you don't know what that is, that's like an outer suburb. It's kind of getting close to the rural areas. And so they were hiking in this semi-rural suburban area, and they encountered this 300-pound predatory bear that was following them. And they, at some point, decided to split up, which is a really bad idea. You should never split up when a bear attacks you. It's always better to stay together. There's strength in numbers. So they split up. They go in different directions, hoping to confuse the bear. And the bear singles out one of them, and he hunts that one student down and kills him and starts consuming his flesh. When the game wardens arrived, the bear was standing over the student, and it was eating him. That was just in New Jersey a couple of years ago. Now, in early 2000s, there was also a man-eating bear attack in the part of New York that I used to live in the Catskills area in Sullivan County, New York. There was a small bear that ran out of a tree line and grabbed a baby from a stroller that a mother left in her backyard. They had a vacation home in Sullivan County in the Catskills. And this mom, she left her baby in a stroller in the backyard. Very bad idea. Anywhere there's bears and in any kind of wilderness area where there's wildlife, you should never leave your kid and unsupervised in the backyard. And so this bear runs out from the tree line, grabs the baby from the stroller by the head, and instantly kills the baby. And even though she ran out and tried to scare the bear away, the bear dropped the baby, but the damage was already done and the baby died, unfortunately. It's a sad story. But that's all with both of these attacks within an hour to 2 hours drive of New York City, okay? So I'm just letting you guys know, this is why I carry big bore handguns, when I go out into the wilderness or, in my bug out bag, because you never know, chances are low that it may not happen, but I'd rather have a little bit more horsepower than a little bit less. And again, stopping power is different than killing power. Okay. Yeah, you can kill a deer with a 22. Okay. But that deer is going to run possibly for hundreds of yards. Okay. And when you're dealing with a 722-pound bear, you want to drop that bear basically almost instantly. Okay. You don't want it to run for hundreds of yards because he's not going to run away. He's going to run towards you and rip you apart. Okay, so you want to stop that animal. It's not just about killing, it's about stopping power. So that's pretty much it, guys. Just wanted to share this little New York Prepper public service announcement. Take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.